Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Alright, we got a special spicy one here for you. This is friend of the channel, Rick Beato. Whoa, here he is. This is his latest expose piece. How do people not know this about pop music? Of course, Rick's takes on pop music. You know, he's kind of like an old man yelling at clouds sort of situation. That's always fun to watch. What am I, and what have I become? I am a classical guitarist. And when you're a classical guitarist, there are two paths. Become a virtuoso performer, or become a clown. Which one do you think I chose? I don't think we need too much of a monologue for this one. It's a 9-minute video. It's about pop music. It's Rick Beato. It's got 600,000 views in 20 hours. You know, that's actually, I want to talk about that a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of stuff from like the music community, which is basically just music YouTube channels that have been around for a while. Like, you know who they all are. And I've been seeing this stuff about how the music YouTube community is dying or something like that. And it's all just become reaction content and stuff. To be fair, I guess it is all interviews and reactions, because we're about to see a reaction to some pop music, I guess. And now you're watching a reaction to this. But that's just one part of Rick and I's life. I also share my practice. I'm going to be streaming immediately after this video. You won't catch it. This is several days after I film this. But that basically happens every day. So I don't know. That's something. Sorry, I just wanted to plug my practice stream. Alright, let's see what he's got.
There's a new Sabrina Carpenter song out called Man Child. Now,
There is? Oh my god, I didn't know. There's a new Sabrina Carpenter album out? What? Nobody told me. Nobody freaking told me. How am I supposed to know? Hold on, before we listen to Rick's video, let's do a quick listen. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. I'm like shaking trying to get to it fast enough. Oh my god, Sabrina Carpenter's new album came out. Oh my gosh. All right. Man Child. Wait. This is the album? It's only one song. This isn't an album? Am I missing something? I thought I was gonna get a Sabrina Carpenter album, and all I got was one song? I take offense to the term man-child. I feel like that's used against guitarists. That's like derogatory. Calling us man-child. Why? Because we play guitar? Just because you're used to seeing guitar as like a thing that teenagers and kids do? But let's give a quick listen. I'm not gonna let myself get copyright stricken, so we're gonna do real quick listens.
Got to charge it. Whole outfit you wear. Or is it slow?
Kind of ableist lyrics so far.
But there's a cuter word for it.
This is the Guitar Loser anthem right here. Man child. Dude, they get Billy Strings on this album? Hey, I blame my mom for everything too. Dude, I feel this song so hard right now. You know, in all seriousness, modern pop music is actually of the devil. It's kind of just there to be there and make money. That's like the main purpose of it. I find this a little disgusting. But you know, I'm dancing and having fun. But it's kind of like if I was suddenly on opioids. Of course I'd be dancing and having fun, but I'm dying inside. This is bad for me, you know? Like I know this is bad for me. But even though I know that, if I take the drug, it still feels really good. So I don't know, it's something to think about with anything you consume in your life. You might enjoy it and you might really like it, but really ask yourself, is this actually good for me? And that's all I have to say about that.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, that's where we're at. That is where music has led to over these however long music has existed. That was great. Rick, I don't know what you're gonna say about that, except for all positive, I assume. Let's see what you got.
before you click off the video, because I'm going to talk about a contemporary song.
As if we're not all here for that. Dude, that is the only reason why I click on it, because I want to hear you talk about contemporary song.
Actually going to be about how the music business works. How songs are written, who writes them, how they're produced.
AI? Is it AI?
They're promoted. Now hit subscribe before we get started.
Dude, I already subscribed. You ain't gotta tell me twice. Also, one thing. Nice guitar collection back there. I bet they all sound... Finish it in the comments. Thanks, everybody.
A little bit of the song, and bear with me, because I'm going to get to it. If you want to fast forward past this, that's fine. But just check out.
This is exactly what I was saying. This is damaging for anyone watching this. If you want to fast forward this, if you don't want to subject your brain to the equivalent of opioids, then maybe skip this.
The beginning of this.
You said your phone was broken, just forgot you're finished, didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar, baby. What do you call it?
This is a crazy music video so far. Holy crap. What is going on? The modern music industry is not about music at all. We are just visual creatures. Visually, I feel like there's been a lot of interesting, like, something or other. I don't know. It's way more interesting than the music, I gotta say. Man, I feel like that's so true, too. Like, all these hit songs and stuff, like, this was one, like, you guys remember Lil Nas X? He would release this music, and I would listen to it, and I was like, wow, this is, like, the worst song I've ever heard. Alright, great. And then I go to the music video, and it's, like, so much more energy went into the actual video. Like this, even just the film production on this looks like a freaking movie. It looks like it's shot on film or something. There's, like, all the sets and stuff, all the costumes. It's such a theatrical performance, and the music just takes a backseat to it. And that's true for, like, all pop music. Whatever Rick's gonna say, the music industry is not even the music industry. Music is dead. Music isn't even popular. Nobody likes music. People like theater. They like this, because that's what this is. This is theater. It's show tunes, and the main star is the actual visuals in the theater. Alright, sorry.
But there's a cuter word for it. I know.
She's literally talking in her song as if it's a musical, as if this is a theater performance. I feel like once you start talking, it's not music anymore.
People are discussing the lyrics, and they are talking about them as if Sabrina Carpenter wrote these lyrics herself. Now, maybe Sabrina Carpenter wrote one line or changed a couple words or something. If you look at the songwriters on this, the songwriters are Amy Allen and Jack Antonoff. You don't know those names because many of you may not know those names. Let's take a look.
You don't know those names because you don't know those names. What?
Don't know those names because many of you may not know those names.
I see.
Take a look at some of the other songs they've written. Let's begin with Amy Allen. As you can see here, the top song is the song Espresso. That was a massive hit. It's got 2.3 billion plays.
That's it? That ain't too bad.
There's some other songs that Amy Allen was a...
Dude, Amy Allen did 195 songs written. She is working. Oh my goodness.
Writer or co-writer of Without Me, Halsey, Adore You, Harry Styles, Greedy, Tate McRae, and so on and so forth.
Isn't that crazy that people are paid a salary to do this kind of thing? Like, how do you write songs? You know, like, you write songs and it's like this labor of love, and there's people that are just given a salary.
As I go down the list, you will recognize a lot of these songs if you know anything about pop songs. Just look at...
Yeah, dude, Amy Allen. She's like my favorite songwriter artist.
How many songs have 1 billion plays on here? Now, next, let's look at Jack Antonoff, the other writer. Top song...
Jack. Hey, you gotta step it up, though. 327 songs. They're writing, like, they're paid a salary to work 8 hours a day to write songs. Dang. It's funny to think about that.
When an artist like Sabrina Carpenter is doing a new record, she's presented hundreds of songs to choose from, or she will go in and write with people that she had hits with from the last record. They will write new songs for this thing. Yeah, she might be in the room for some of this stuff, but the fact of the matter is, these same people are all over multiple hit songs. Now, was Amy Allen a songwriter in her own right? Yes, she was. As a matter of fact, this is her Spotify page. You should check it out.
Some of you might look at this and be like, oh, that sucks. Her songs get billions of views, but her actual own personal songs don't. I don't know. I feel like this is actually a good... like 40,000 listeners a month. Not so famous to where you can't go outside, but you still have a community of fans. Like, that's nice. I don't know. That's similar to my analytics. Not to equate monthly viewers of YouTube videos with monthly listeners of Spotify, because Spotify, it's way more impressive, because you're not releasing songs every single day like I do with videos. But how many monthly viewers do I have? So right now I get 600,000 views a month. That's not monthly viewers. Oh wow, that's actually higher than I thought it was. For returning viewers, so people who watch like more than once in a month, I guess, it's 80,000 for my channel right now. And I'm not scared of being famous. I believe you me of that. I'm not. I've been recognized in public maybe 3 times, like at the most. Yeah, 3 times I think. And only one of them was at a non-guitar related event. So it's very much a treat when someone recognizes who I am. That doesn't happen very often. We always hear that with like making it as an artist of some kind. You have to get ultra famous or you're a failure. But honestly, I think this is like kind of a good place to be, because it seems like getting ultra famous, things just get like weird. That might just be cope too. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just talking her up.
Sabrina Carpenter is managed by Red Light Management. You might say, who's red light management?
Some of you might not know red light management because you don't know red light management.
Corey Capshaw started Red Light in 1991 when he began managing Dave Matthews Band at the beginning of their career.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't know that.
Red Light has over 400 artists that they manage. When an artist like Sabrina Carpenter is doing a new record, they have their pick of the top songs from the biggest songwriters out there.
I think what we find so offensive about people writing other people's songs, like when you write a song, you pour yourself into it. You use your experiences and your brain to come up with things that represent the life that you've lived so far, typically. And even if you're writing something fictional, it's still based on yourself. And that's where there's stakes, because if a lot of people see it and hate it, that's a very hard thing to confront as someone who poured their heart out into something. I think that's what we find offensive about it, because then it's like, what are the stakes for you? You're just taking all the glory, and if it fails, you don't care. You didn't even write any of this. You always have that cop-out if people don't like it. Just like, well, I didn't write the song anyways. Whatever. I think that's maybe what it is. Sorry. Don't mean to keep interrupting.
And when I see people make videos on YouTube where they're talking about her lyrics, what this man-child thing means, it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Every bit of this video has been meticulously crafted. They do storyboards, they do all this kind of stuff. They figure out what kind of outfits, what the vibe's gonna be. The same thing with the album cover art. All of it is a completely calculated thing. She's a pop star.
It's like a conspiracy theory, but it's real. Dude, this is the end times right here. This is literally the devil and the apocalypse.
I bet she doesn't play one note on any of her records. Now, I know that she plays guitar and piano and everything. I've seen her. You can see videos of her doing that.
Dude, is she good? Let's take a look at this. Dude, everybody and their mother has a Tiny Desk concert. Wow, look at Sabrina go on that piano. Oh, wait, that's not Sabrina. Dude, hey, you want to go to Berklee School of Music? This is your future right here. Have fun. Study classical. Don't fall for this crap. You're just gonna be backing up Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, you guys really feel that music? You guys feel the counterpoint in there? Oh, yeah, that resolution. Oh, so good. Alright, she ain't playing nothing in this one. Oh. Dude, here we go. Alright. Oh, she's using the good old-fashioned thumb strum technique. That's a good one. It can be good. Depends on how long your nails are. She ain't playing any of that. I don't hear the guitar at all. Whoa, what was that? Rick, see, that's the thing with Rick. Rick keeps doing this where he's like, she plays guitar. We've all seen the video. She plays guitar. She doesn't play guitar. What are you talking about? I don't hear anything. Just the strumming keeps going when she stops. Whatever.
Talking on a seesaw.
The park, talking on the stalk.
We didn't stumble over the pages of
Dude, I love the one-hand microphone guitar still ringing on.
relationship arc.
Why even have a capo? You're not even playing it. What's the point?
We get right back in our rhythm.
Was she counting the 30-second note with her hand there?
And logically, the last thing I should.
Oh man, I'm sure. All right.
I keep saying things
Yeah.
like I'm never
Just something to hold on to. That's what that guitar is. It's just a blanket. It's a safety blanket. That's all it is. He's playing. Oh, so you need two guitars in your band? It's imperative, Sabrina, that you play guitar. We already have the freaking Berklee graduate over there. Yeah, he can play the open chords, don't worry. Did he even have a capo on? Watch this, I bet he didn't. A capo, different place though. Okay, different placement of the capo. We're not gonna look too far into that. Interesting though. Oh, she's on the chords though. Actually, it's in the right key. She's hitting the right. It looks like she's playing the right stuff. I don't hear the guitar at all. It's not.
To focus on my thoughts, not so obsessed with yours, I can't hear myself speak.
Okay. Rick, you don't have to say that she plays guitar. I don't know why you do that. You talk up these like hyper famous celebrities, and at the same time you don't let people like Giacomo even on your show. I know Giacomo promised way more than Sabrina Carpenter did, to be fair, but I'm just saying, you know, like, have some consistency with that. Sore Hands community, I never do this, but I am calling to action. Please, everybody, ask Rick to release the Giacomo footage. I need the Giacomo footage. I want to see what happened in that room, and it's not fair that Rick is hiding that from us. I know you're watching this right now, Rick. Do the right thing.
She's not involved in that stuff. stuff. I may be wrong. Maybe she wrote all those lyrics, but...
Oh, you're just saying stuff. Dude, Rick, we're on the same wavelength here. You should have edited that part out, man, because you just kind of jeopardized your whole thing here.
Why isn't she out there writing hit songs for other people? If you go down Amy Allen's list of songs, you see the song Greedy by Tate McRae. Tate McRae does write some of her own songs. But one of the co-writers on that is Ryan Tedder, who's another professional songwriter. You may recognize his name because he's the singer of One Republic. And if you go to the songs that he's co-written, because he co-writes for everybody. You see the first song is Counting Stars, just hit 3 billion streams. You see Maroon 5 on here.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that his own band is the most popular one. That's got to feel good. That's a little annoying if Maroon 5 got the 3 billion. And it's like, I'm not even the lead singer of Maroon 5. You're welcome, guys.
And this is how the music business works. If there's anything I can add to the conversation, it's that there are people behind the scenes that are really doing the heavy lifting. The songwriters, in order to get cuts on records, have to give up some of their songwriting credit to these artists in almost every case, even if they had nothing to do with it. This has been going on since the beginning of the music business. In order to get your song cut by a huge star, you have to give them a piece of the song, even if they wrote nothing. And it's really terrible, especially when there's so little money in the business these days as compared to 25 years ago even, that these people still have to give up part of their creative work in order to just get a song recorded on a big record.
Obviously, the solution to that, don't just get a song recorded on a big record. Why can't you just release it on SoundCloud or something? There are different investments that you can make in your career. Again, I'm going to be talking about music career, like I have a music career. But I do have a career, like it's something. I generate revenue enough to stay alive, and it's fine. But I see this all the time on like Instagram, where it's guitar teachers that I guess are struggling to find students, and they're paying Instagram ads to like push their ads. I never did any of that, and I kind of equate that to sacrificing creative liberties to just record with some big label. It's a cheap alternative to actually working on your content and making it actually spreadable without having to pay it. I worked on making content for almost 2 years before it actually started spreading. I didn't pay a single dime in ads for anything. I see the same thing, people like paying for views and stuff, or I see these views where they're like 10,000 and they somehow have like 30 likes or something. That is not the way. If you have the option to invest time or money, always time is more valuable. In time, you're going to gain experience. And guess what? If you start with your SoundCloud, where you're making stuff that you actually want to make, you'll gain experience, you'll learn how to market it yourself, and then you'll end up with all creative liberty. Or you can take shortcuts, and if you have the opportunity to sign with a label, you can, but don't expect to have creative liberty. You're just clocking in now. I don't want to hear artists complaining about not having creative liberties when they're working for a huge label. Of course they don't. In short, everyone in music, I feel, is struggling. What's the solution? It's the solution for all things. You have to work your butt off for years and years. And I know I sound like a classical freak, always perpetuating classical, and like, what's my angle with doing that? I'm just sharing my experience. It saved me, personally. You know, I was going down a road of just I don't know, nothing. Classical is why I belonged in college. It's why I'm going back for a master's degree for higher education. It's why I have a career. It's why I have everything in my life. That's not something I could have understood when I was 14 and playing electric guitar and playing rock. And I still value that time. Like, it was required for me to reach where I am now. But I don't know, classical has just been really important to me. And the more I see music around me, especially modern music, the more I appreciate it. Any questions about anything? Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap this up. I mentioned the streaming already. If you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Of course, if you want some guitar lessons that may or may not exist, you can send me an email. I'm fully booked. I'm sorry, I just am, and I'm busy starting school soon. As I mentioned, you know, I'm starting a master's degree soon. I'm just selling myself. I'm constantly trying to sell. See, what that tells you is that I'm someone who pursues self-improvement, which makes me someone worth listening to. What else we got? Oh, it also makes me someone worth buying merch from. Head on down over to Root and Delight for some merch. Members section, Patreon. I'll see you in the next one.